Hello, Marvel fans. Welcome to episode of Marvel Talk with your hosts,
Nick
and Chris. And we got a good thing to talk. Well, I'm going to talk with all of you about tonight.
That's right. Tomorrow is the last day of the year, and we promised you guys that we will be going over our tops, the rankings, the big gahula, you could say, of every Marvel movie and show that came out this year. From I Am Groot to the Marvels to everything. The entire Marvel, the MCU, everything. To the Marvel Studio stuff to the not Marvel Studio stuff. The MCU entirely. We're going to be ranking them, our list from worst to best.
Yes, we want to save the best for last.
So, yeah. And What If came out today, but that's a completely different video. But we are going to say we really enjoyed it.
Yes, we'll go over that actually.
That'll be next year's big. We got a lot planned, and we're gonna make a whole video about our plans and everything. That's gonna be up probably like Wednesday or something, or we'll make a video tomorrow before everything, and we'll cover everything. But yeah. Yeah, pretty much that's. So we're gonna do the rankings right now. We hope you guys agree. Before we get started, just in the comments down below, let us know your favorite rankings and everything like that. And do not forget that if you are new to the channel, feel free to subscribe and give us a like. It really helps the channel out. We've been growing a lot. Every month we get a couple of subscribers, and we're already at 40s.
Just a few hours.
We got 40s. We hit 40 subs. It's been really awesome. We've been so thankful and appreciated for the community. Link down below is our Marvel Talk Instagram. We're trying to get 150, but I feel like we're not going to get to that by the end of the year. But it's okay. We're going to tell you our goals in the next video of what we want for next year in terms of followers and the community to come together and everything like that. We got some big exciting plans for that, so make sure you subscribe and follow so you don't miss anything. And with that being said, I'm gonna start. Christopher said that I should start. I was like, well, who should start? He said you should start. I'm like, cool, so I'm gonna start. So first, coming in dead last is the Marvels. I go check that video out. In fact, we covered everything on our channel, so feel free to get check those out. Yeah, that one was that was our first scripted one. I did like a whole scene of complaints and stuff. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I still remember. I was like over.
It was a lot of fun. Like, we over script that one, but it was a lot of fun to make. And a lot of people agreed with us, it seemed. So yeah, wasn't a fan. Worst Marvel movie I ever watched, and I still stand by that. Then probably the worst Marvel show we ever got was Secret Invasion, that also came out. Yeah, this is not doing well so far on these lists. 2 major bombs, and that was just horrible. So horrible. But we're getting to the good stuff now. Coming in next at the third, number 3. Well, not number 3, but you get the idea. The
third
next
to
one,
last,
yeah.
so
I Am Groot season 2. It wasn't the best thing that came out, but you know something, you can never go wrong with the I Am Groots. Those little small specials, they were so good.
Yeah,
I really liked them.
It's like a Marvel version of watching a mini series of Baby Yoda, basically.
Pretty much. Number 7 is What If season 2. It was fantastic. Better than last season, and I would love to go over and gush of all of it, but that's just a video for a completely other time.
Yeah, we'll probably do it like maybe around next week.
I was thinking about telling Chris to do it tonight, but like I realized that it wouldn't be any sense because this is summing up the year for Marvel movies and shows. So I figured, yeah, let's just stick to this, and we could just.
But don't worry, we promise we'll do that next week.
Yeah, or whenever we get the chance to. But yeah,
but hopefully soon.
That's number 7. I really liked it, but there was other things that were better this year than that. Yeah. Number 6 is Quantumania, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. I loved it. There's no surprise there. If you saw that video, I really enjoyed it. I thought that it was good. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I do know there were people that did like it. I think of it as an Ant-Man movie. I always go into these, like, if it's about a character, it's about that. Like Thor, for example. Love and Thunder may have not been the best Thor movie, or Marvel movie, but compared to the other 2 Thor movies, because Ragnarok was fantastic, it's a good Thor movie. So for an Ant-Man movie, this was really good. I really liked that. However, coming in number 5 is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. For me personally, The reason why it's not higher is because this is setting up the third movie. It's not like it ended really well and then they left that cliffhanger. It really just ended with you getting ready for the third movie, and I didn't like that. As much as I love the movie and how great it is, we even covered it, obviously, it just wasn't finished. You know what I mean?
I'm sure.
So that's why.
Yeah, sorry. I'm sure once Beyond the Spider-Verse comes out, it's gonna be very high up there.
Oh, absolutely. But right now, it's setting something up. So the reason why it's not super high is for that reason alone. It's a fantastic movie, but I just can't sit up there seeing. It's sort of like Infinity War. Like, I love Infinity War. I think that's one of the best movies. But it's set up Endgame, so that's why that will never be as high up there, because it's setting something.
Oh, yes.
Doesn't mean it's bad. It just means that it's just setting up something higher. So that's why that's not on the thing as like the high list. Coming in at number 4 though, Loki season.
Oh, I think that's
season
the
3
place.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
Wait.
Let me.
I'm getting lost on here because there's a lot of words. He put I put like the whole thing, so I'm like getting yeah, it should be number 3.
No wait, that's
Number 2.
Yeah.
Shit. No, sorry about that, guys. I got confused with all this stuff over here. There's a lot written down here. But coming in number 2 is Loki season 2. You can't top that. You really can't top that. It was so incredible with Loki's character development growing even more, the plot, everything, the stakes, the ending alone was fantastic. It just sets up what's more to come, and they also hinted that Loki's going to be a big part in season 3 maybe of What If. So I really loved Loki season 2. I love how he's going to be the center and he's going to be important and it's going to matter. So yeah, and then coming in number 1 is the obvious one, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I don't really need to say much about it because we talked about it and we gushed over it. It was it's like the best way to end the Guardians, and everyone goes in a separate way perfectly. The story's fantastic. We get Rocket's origins, and we get like a great Peter Quill moments as always, and we get the best comedy moments in there. We get
Drax.
the actions, yes.
And Mantis even.
Yes. It was just so great. I just loved that movie. It was really, really good.
Even some nice character development from Nebula too.
Oh yeah, and Gamora, this new Gamora, variant Gamora, who's done a good job for herself, and Peter just moves on and just accepts that and goes back to Earth. I love the action in there. There's just so much that I could go on and on about, but like, we made a video on it, so there's really no point. But I just want to say that that's like the best Marvel movie to come out this year. And James Gunn did a fantastic job, and while I'm not going to slander DC right now, because I do have hope that he will fix it, I'm just going to say this. He's moving on, and we're happy for him, and we hope that it succeeds. But this was his best work so far.
Yep,
next to like Suicide Squad and Peacemaker kind of thing. Because like those were his best work. So like, I'm not worried about him in the DC. But this was his last Marvel movie, and it was a great way for him to go out.
Yeah, because now it's officially the end of the DCEU. Now it's time for his DCEU.
Yeah, so yeah, I think this was a great way for him to go out, and how the Guardians to go out, and to see these characters maybe move forward, at least for Star-Lord. So that was just like a great little ending, and it had so much love put into it. So yeah, that was my that's my ranking.
Okay.
Now it is Christopher's turn. Again, I apologize for that little mess up. There's just a lot of words, and I got kind of mixed up in there. I just want to apologize.
Yeah, don't worry. I can fix that since I know like how it's gonna go from here now.
Well, mine was in green. His is in white. So like, I kind of got lost in the colors because it was like black and green and everything. His was in white.
Yeah. So
I should have asked you to put it in the notes.
Yeah.
That's on me, because that was just like a little hard to read and a little all over the place. So my apologies.
Yeah. So here we go now on mine. So basically, I'm going from worst to best again.
Mm-hmm.
So in last place with his 8th is the Marvels. That is complete everything. Only Miss Marvel was good.
Well, not true. There was also
mostly she was like
end
the star.
credit.
Oh yes, and that.
And I did like the team bonding. I know I said that before, like, but the team bonding was like nice. It wasn't the best thing, but like I liked that they were trying to connect the Maj and stuff like that. Everything else was garbage, but
yeah,
you know.
I'm just saying Miss Marvel was like the star.
Oh, she was the best. She was like the best thing about the movie, hands down. And that end credits scene, which God, that alone, like when we do like the bench watch for like the Infinity Saga, we're gonna definitely skip that, but we are absolutely skipping to that.
Yeah, the multiverse saga.
Yeah, well, we're gonna be bench watching all the Marvel Infinity Saga stuff, but for some things we're gonna skip that we didn't like.
Yes.
And we're also not going to do movies that had nothing to do with the multiverse saga. We're only focusing on like the multiverse stuff.
Yes. So, but yeah, it was cool seeing Beast, of course, which obviously we, in that video what happened.
They really hyped that up. Oh yeah, we flipped out. We were the only ones that got excited in that theater.
Yeah, for that thing, because since a guy who came back as Beast from the original X-Men movie.
So cool.
So, anyway, now in 7th place is Secret Invasion, which obviously was also but obviously, Nick Fury was mostly like the star of it.
I liked him in that. There were, when we went over the show and everything, I did say that I liked what they did with him. An old man Fury kind of thing, like with Obi-Wan. I liked it. It can be done. It doesn't have to be bad. It can be good.
Yeah. And that was it, like pretty much it mostly, since everything else was like
it was crap.
Especially the ending though. Anyway, in 6th place now, it's gonna get better now, is I Am Groot Season 2.
Yep.
So, and yeah, it's like watching a little mini series of Baby Yoda sort of thing, so a little fun. Now in 5th place, is What If Season 2, which we're gonna get into a whole new video about that again.
Yeah.
But yep, it was like really amazing.
Better than last season. And I'm also going to say this. I am going to cover this in the next video, but I can't hold it in anymore. I loved how it wasn't like they're leaving you wanting more. It was basically just you ended at that and you're done. Like, I love how they just fixed that. They ended it. Like, you didn't have to see any more. You got what you needed and you're done.
Yes, I agree.
I love that. They fixed that big problem that the last season had.
Yeah, like the zombies one, for example.
Well, they're doing another series on.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying, even from that episode only.
Right, but that wasn't a bad thing because they're making a show off of it.
Yeah, that's true.
I was thinking more of like, what was another episode they left a cliffhanger on? There was a lot of them. They continued Peggy through this season 2. What was another one? Honestly, it was kind of some of those episodes were forgettable, but you get the idea.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll cover it all. Though,
we will even do some. We'll go over the other episodes to kind of tell you the difference. But like season 1 entirety was just like they leave you wanting more. Well, here they just left you with like you get the ending and you're done.
Yeah, which I'm really glad they did. Next up in 4th place now is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
This is where ours is different because we basically agreed on the
majority of everything.
I would like you to just explain why that's on top of Ant-Man now.
Yes.
I'm putting you on the table now because of my. Okay. I'm leaving you on the table.
Yeah. Okay. So in 3rd place is Quantumania, but the reason now I flip this is because it's just that the ending, it's mostly that because since it didn't, it's not like been completed and everything, I just want to wait for Beyond the Spider-Verse. So until then, I'm sure, don't worry, it's going to be higher up and everything.
I guess for me, because I don't even think I explained why. So I'm going to go on the hot seat right now, or the hot table, or whatever. I'm going to just say that for me, it's just, I just love Spider-Man. And I just love how the Spire Society was and the story and everything. I just thought it was more compelling than Ant-Man. That's just a me thing. I love Ant-Man, but like to me, the Spider-Verse is just like, oh, man, Spider-Man's my favorite character, Peter Parker. But like I love the story that they were telling with this and what they were, I just thought it was more interesting than Quantumania. No hate toward Quantumania at all. I love that movie, but for me personally, it was just like I just enjoyed Across the Spider-Verse more, even with that cliffhanger. You know what I mean? So that's why that's on a higher list than Ant-Man. So
Yeah, and I mean, yes, even I'm a diehard Spider-Man fan too, but it's just, I mean, look, I know some people may agree, disagree, and, all that stuff.
That's what we're here for. We're here for healthy debates and to talk about all things Marvel, community things.
And of course, I went over this, in our recent video.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just, with Quantumania, it's just mostly, I just really liked Kang so much. It's like, I just really enjoyed him, and it's like I just love to reenact him and everything. That's why. It was just so much fun. It was mostly because of him, and MODOK was funny. I just felt, and also it was just also really cool actually seeing like even though like I know like some people may also say, you know, Ant-Man may not be like one of the best Marvel heroes and all that stuff, but you know, at least we got to enjoy. I got to enjoy him in a pretty cool way.
I don't think Scott is underrated.
Well, no, I feel like maybe some people might think, just in case.
Well, you see, here's the thing, and I'm not afraid to say this because I never heard anyone say that he's underrated. I think it's just this felt bigger than him because like I feel like it's not the Ant-Man character in general, because like Hank Pym in the comics was,
he's the original.
So it's like OP as fucking that.
Yeah.
And like Scott Lang is like a very newer character, but I feel like that they complain because they feel like that he wasn't capable of doing it. But he wasn't alone either. Yeah. It wasn't like he single-handedly beated Kang. He had like his, you know, he had like Hank and his daughter and Cassie and Hope.
Yeah, that's his daughter.
Yeah,
Cassie.
I know. I'm saying like he had Hope, his girlfriend, and Cassie. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and Hank.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, that's what I was saying. So like it didn't feel like it wasn't, and they made them look like really good. They made him look like he can beat him. So it wasn't like it was a completely random thing. He didn't do it on his own.
Yeah,
I need to make that very clear. He did not do that on his own.
Yeah, I mean, even though in a pretty funny way, he got beat by a bunch of very large, very intelligent ants. So
like he wasn't prepared for it. Like Kang, I felt like was this variant was just. I feel like he was so overconfident that was his downfall. You know what I mean? Yeah, when a villain gets like underrates the character, protagonist, like when the antagonist basically makes the protagonist feel like he's not a big deal and he fucks up.
Yeah,
that's what I feel like happened here. Like this Kang was just overconfident, and that's what cost him his downfall.
Yeah, I mean it is true, because the way he talks about how he's like conquered worlds and destroyed Avengers, and
he thought that. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I'm just trying to confirm. Like, he made it. He basically thought that this wasn't a big deal, and I feel like that's what cost him the downfall.
Yeah, because he just thought that basically Scott and Hank also, since they're both
and Hope
Ant-Man,
and Cassie,
all they do is just talk to ants and everything like it's nothing. But then Hank comes in like with a very large ant army, which was pretty cool.
And by the way, Ant-Man and the Wasp beat Kang together. Yeah. So, and I don't even think we talked about that in the video that we made. I think this is the first time we're really covering this. I don't think we actually really covered this in that video.
Yeah,
so that's a little fun take. But yeah, I just feel like for me, he just underestimated them to the point where it just cost him his downfall, which is okay. Villains can be like that. Like, he was a very narcissistic character in a good way.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what cost him his downfall. Because he's just like, he thought he was better than them, and it cost him his defeat.
Yeah. Like, he was the superior to.
Yeah, and he lost to them. Like, I didn't mind that. I actually really liked that. Mm-hmm. I didn't see anything wrong with Quantumania, especially with that. So I just don't think he's underrated. I just think that, in my opinion, a lot of people don't see it like that, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
They don't see it as like he underestimated Ant-Man and the Wasp that cost him his downfall. Okay. So that's what I think of it as. I don't think Scott is an underrated character, because he's a great character.
Oh yeah, I know.
I think he's such a great character. Like, this character in the comics, I was never interested in him in the comics. Like, the movies are what got me into the character.
Well, yeah, I mean, Paul Rudd did a great job.
Oh, absolutely. But that's like for me though.
Yeah, I'm just saying anyway, just in general, in case.
What did Spider-Verse need to do to get up on higher list? What did it needed to do? Well, what was like missing from? Let's go in more details. What do you think that movie could have done to make you be like, that was better than Ant-Man? Because for me, it was just the Spider-Man references, a much bigger story, a little bit better of a story too. And that was like what really it for me. What did that need to do to kind of tell you that, well, even though that it's setting up something, what made it better than Ant-Man? Like, you know what I mean? What did it needed for you to put it higher?
Well, I will admit, yes, the story, all the references, yeah, that was amazing. I'll admit, I agree, but I just feel like maybe, I mean, I just feel like maybe if it could just set up like one extra thing, like a little special tease, like to get me more hyped, I feel like.
Oh, so it was missing a little bit of the hype.
Yes.
Okay, that's understandable.
I mean, because like maybe like I'm just saying like because Into the Spider-Verse, the way they teased out Miguel coming in and and he does the special pointing with the 1960s show Spider-Man.
You needed that end credit.
Yeah, like it just needed one little end credit. Like,
okay, that's fine.
Like maybe nothing as big. Maybe like something like teasing like another like maybe
teasing something big to come, like Toby or Andrew or something.
Yeah,
like that.
Like something like,
or just like or just like something that's gonna make us go like, oh, we need this now.
Yeah, or even like maybe something with the Spot. Even.
Yeah, or like Lego Spider-Man at the end or something like that. Yeah. Like something just exciting and big.
Yeah,
is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, so like maybe possibly like I said, like maybe setting up like possibly either Toby, Andrew, or Tom, or Lego Spider-Man,
or just like a funny moment kind of thing, or something to just be like,
or even this one I would count too, because in the movie there's also one thing I didn't see in the movie I really hoped, especially, which I'm hoping Beyond the Spider-Verse does this, because this really is important to me, is at least seeing the 1994 Spider-Man. That's the show that I grew up with as a kid.
Bro, that was another disappointment. That's the best Spider-Man show. We even talked briefly about it in a video.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up with that show.
I think we really need to revisit that and do like a whole hour take on it. When we get to we're going to make that a point to just go over there and go back to that video, or maybe just make a brand new one and just like sit down and just like really talk about it.
Yeah.
I don't think we did it justice in that video because we kind of made that pretty short.
Yeah.
I think we need to really go back and just go over the entirety of the show. Let us know in the comments down below. But
because I just really want to see.
Yeah, I need that. I'm trying to confirm with you. Like, I need that.
Yeah, I just really want to see Christopher Daniel Barnes like come back playing Spider-Man one more time. Because after all, the show did end with this thing where he shows like him and Madam Web going to find Mary Jane.
They had a whole script ready for that too. Mm-hmm. They knew what they were going to do.
So I just think it would be amazing just to see him once again.
Honestly, and hot take here, maybe, I would rather him just get the show back, like they're doing with X-Men.
Oh yes, I would love that too.
If you were to tell me, which would you rather have? Like, let's think of it like blue pill, red pill. Pill.
The red pill. And
red pill versus blue pill.
Yeah.
Would you rather have him in the Spider-Verse or get that extra season, which would be the red pill? I gotta go with the red pill. That might be a hot take, but I would rather that story be finished than just have him be in that movie and tell us what happened rather than seeing it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I know you would probably take the blue pill.
Yeah, I just want to see him in the movie.
Because you don't... for me, I'm actually surprised that we're disagreeing, but I like that, because for me, I would rather get the show. Yeah, that's just me.
I mean, I get it too.
That's just a me thing. I'm actually kind of glad that we're at a disagreement, because
who knows, some people could even talk about this.
Yeah, that's why I really like that debate. That's such a good debate. I know this turned into something completely else, but that's great. I would just rather get that red pill. I would rather get that last season like they're doing with X-Men than him being in the movie. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I get it.
Because I just love that show so much. Like, I would rather get another season, them going through that, than him just being in the Spider-Verse and maybe not playing a big role. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But that's just a me thing. But yeah, I can agree with you on that, on why that's ahead. But like, yeah, ahead of Ant-Man, below Ant-Man, it's ahead of Ant-Man for me. But yeah. And what's your and obviously your last one, your number one.
Oh yeah, hold on, I'm almost done. Now, second place, Loki season 2. Which, obviously, character development of Loki, perfect.
The world.
Yes.
A jet ski moment we finally got.
Yes.
We got such great moments in that show. The ending was fantastic. Yeah,
great writing, everything. And got to have some more time with Kang as Victor Timely, which was cool.
It was great.
And now, last but not least, in first place, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Yep.
Obviously, James Gunn did a brilliant masterpiece to finish up the Guardians. Now we got to finally see everything with Rocket's story, realizing now why he's been like this, and all the times he kept mentioning about how he was made and just and everything, because it's finally all understood and explained and everything. And Drax was hilarious. Some nice little character development too from Nebula. And Peter,
and Gamora,
yes,
we know that she's like a Ravager now.
Yeah, I felt like mostly with Nebula, but okay, yeah, little Gamora too.
No, I guess Nebula had a great character development here. I feel like she just became natural with the Guardians. I feel like she didn't develop because she was already developed.
Well, I feel
you know
like
what I mean?
Bit, but
can you go into details, because I thought that she kind of already had her development with like Endgame.
Well,
and how do you mean to say that it was explored more?
Yeah, like I'm saying, like, yeah, maybe a little bit. Yeah, in Endgame she was like developing a little bit. Like,
I thought she was already developed by the way she was acting and like being a part of like everything. I thought her development was great in Endgame. I thought here I didn't see any real development because her development was already set. She was just like finally like a Guardians member, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's...
You know what I mean? I wouldn't call it development. I would call it that they made her just be there rather than just like throwing her off.
All right. But anyway, and yeah, and it was also great seeing where apparently Star-Lord going back to Earth to see his grandfather who's still alive. So it was also a little nice touch on the ending where he actually goes back to Earth to see
and the Star-Lord will return.
Yeah, which I'm hoping will come. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's it on my list, basically.
And that is the end of the video. We're so sorry we got sidetracked on everything, but
obviously you all probably wanted some understandings with, like,
Spider-Verse and stuff. I love how that just led
to the Quantumania thing with ours, like, our flipped sort of.
I love how we just went into a completely other conversation about Spider-Verse, which I love.
Sometimes that's a good thing.
Oh, I love that. I just love that we did that. Because
great.
Maybe now we got people talking even more about in the comments. I just think that's great. Oh, please tell us what you would rather have as the pill in the comments. Yeah. And I would love to actually see what people have to say.
Yeah, I'd love to hear,
about
actually.
That red pill and blue pill. I think that would be great discussion. And
would you rather side with the blue pill with me, or would you side with his red pill?
We gotta do a whole. I think we should redo this. I think we should do the next video and just make that like what the pill should be, and we can just explain our a healthy debate of why you should take my pill than your pill. Why should you take this pill instead of that fucking pill? Well, you'll live longer with mine. But all kidding aside, thank you guys so much for watching. What a great year it's been for us. I just want to personally, on behalf of us, me and Chris, thank you so much for being a part of this ride for this year. Whether you've been an OG from the very beginning of 2022 to now going into our third year.
Yeah, 2024 will be our
third year going into it. It's been so fun to do this. We hope we can keep growing and keep making the community bigger. And we've also loved the Instagram, obviously. And don't forget about our Q&A. We are going to be talking about the Q&A probably in our next video, where we'll be setting that up. That will be on Instagram too. We do Instagram questions, Q&As that we put here on YouTube. So please check that link for the Instagram description down below. If you did enjoy today's video, make sure you hit a like, and please comment down below about that debate, because that would be great. Also, what was your favorite, what would your ranking be in the MCU's year of this year? We'd love to hear from you. And yeah, you guys have a great rest of your night. Happy New Year's, we'll be saying. But we're just in case in case you're sleeping in a rock and you're just seeing this now instead of the next video, a Happy New Year's, and we will see you guys in the next one. And with that being said, Excelsior.
Enough said.